Now this list is 5 villains we might see in Gotham Knights, not 5 villains who I know we'll see, not 5 villains who I want to see. I mean, I do want to see these 5 villains, I guess, just not as badly as other villains. This list is 5 villains we might see, and I know that there are dozens of villains that might end up being in Gotham Knights that haven't been confirmed yet, and some villains have better chances of showing up than others. Some villains that we have pretty good proof for so far is the League of Assassins, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Hush, etc. And these villains won't be on this list because I feel like since they have such heavy speculation for their appearance in the game, I feel like it's almost guaranteed that we will see them. This list will be on some villains that I personally haven't heard the Gotham Knights community talk all that much about, and these guys are already people who have some clues lying out there on the internet, so I thought of including them here. These are villains who might show up, but I feel like they have a way smaller chance on showing up than the other villains who are taking the spotlight, so let me bring these guys into the light for a few minutes. And when you hear some of these villains, you'll be all like, what the fuck? Hell no, they're not showing up in there, there's no way. You'll mainly be thinking that for the first villain and maybe some of the others too, who knows. So yeah, 5 villains we might see in Gotham Knights, here we go. Make sure to comment down below on some surprising villains that you guys think might appear, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more content on Gotham Knights. And if you're not subscribed, then you won't get to see my next video on who are the 5 villain factions in Gotham Knights that I post 3 days from now. Number 1, Gorilla Grodd. Yes, you fucking heard me. I really did just say this chimpanzee looking ass motherfucker right here. Gorilla Grodd is probably coming straight out of left field for you guys, and you have no idea on why the fuck I'd bring this bitch up. For all of you guys out there who know why I'm bringing Grodd up, you're a real one. Now, if I were you guys, I'd be surprised too. When I first saw the clue for Gorilla Grodd, I was pretty shocked as well, and the only reason I have for why I think Gorilla Grodd might appear in the game is because of his concept art for the canceled Damian Wayne game. It looked like WB Games Montreal was planning to include Grodd into the game, but when it got canceled, they started working on Gotham Knights instead. Now, all the ideas and work they already had planned for that game, who said that they couldn't bring some of that stuff over to Gotham Knights? Their Damian Wayne game got canceled, so they probably were just telling themselves, fine, you won't let us use this shit for this game, then I guess we'll have to use this shit for the Gotham Knights game we're about to make. Now, they could have scrapped the idea of having Grodd as a villain, but WB Games Montreal wanted to use Two-Face and Poison Ivy in the game as well, and we already have some pretty big ass speculation for those 2 villains appearing in Gotham Knights. It hasn't been confirmed, but fuck man, they might as well confirm them since they teased us with that Face the Two-Face image they showed off so long ago in that Pamela's Cafe building we keep on seeing for the game. WB Games Montreal plan to use those 2 villains for the Damian Wayne game, and it looks like they're using them again for Gotham Knights. So with those 2 most likely coming back, then we can probably assume that Gorilla Grodd is coming back as well. I don't know, guys. I think Grodd is a complete outlier to have for as a villain in Gotham Knights, and I kind of love the idea of him showing up, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Just imagine all the Knights ganging up on Grodd together, that would be pretty sick to see. Number 2, Black Mask. The reasoning I have here is the exact same one with Gorilla Grodd. Black Mask was another villain that was going to be used in the Damian Wayne game, so they're probably going to use them here as well. And from the concept art, it looks like they gender swapped Black Mask into a woman, so maybe Black Mask will appear as a woman in Gotham Knights, guys. What do y'all think of that? Or maybe they'll appear as a man, who knows? I debated about putting Black Mask on this list because I felt like out of everyone here, Black Mask had the best chance of showing up, and I felt like they'll most likely be in the game anyways, but out of everything that's been revealed for Gotham Knights so far, I couldn't really find any clues for Black Mask really besides the clue I found from the Damian Wayne game. Pretty sure people want to see Black Mask regardless because we all want justice for this motherfucker since they were robbed of a proper appearance in Batman Arkham Origins. And just think about it, Black Mask is a mob boss in the comics, so with Black Mask's inclusion in Gotham Knights, I think that would be pretty cool to interfere with any mob business we could get in the game. Maybe the game has a gang war between 2 different crime families or something, I have no idea honestly. The Arkham games never really entered the territory of interfering with any mob business. Batman just stuck with his classic rogues gallery for the most part, so Black Mask appearing could have the game explore more of the mob side of Gotham. Just a reminder, if you're liking this video so far, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more content like this from me in the future. Number 3, Carmine Falcone, or Carmine Falcone, I don't give a shit, I like saying Falcone. Again, with the mob business, we never got to see much of the mob side of Gotham in the Arkham games, so having us enter the territory of what the mob is like in Gotham Knights would be pretty cool to see. The clue I have for Carmine Falcone potentially showing up in the game goes way back to when Gotham Knights revealed the first photo of the Gotham Gazette newspaper. The newspaper shows a lot of stuff for us, teasing several things for the game, but seeing Falcone Enterprises on that newspaper was one of the things that surprised me the most. Now, this could be a clue, this could be a tease, this could just be an Easter egg, who fucking knows. This at least is some evidence we have for Carmine Falcone potentially showing up in the game. I also mentioned a gang war happening with 2 crime families not that long ago. Maybe that war can be led by Black Mask and Carmine Falcone. So yeah, Mr. Falcone might be another villain we could all end up seeing. Number 4, Roland Daggett. Don't know who the fuck I just said? No? How about now? For all of you Batman the Animated Series fans out there. Nothing? How about this guy from The Dark Knight Rises? Still no? Whatever, fuck you. This guy's clue goes back to when we all saw the Nightwing Red Hood gameplay demo with Red Hood chasing that van on the bike cycle. We could see them pass a building and a sign that both say Daggett Enterprises, so this is pretty much all we have for this guy. I'm sure most of you saw that huge ass sign that Red Hood drove past. If not, then I'm sorry, you should probably get your fucking eyes checked. Now this could just be there to be there, could just be an Easter egg and all that. For those of you who remember him in Batman the Animated Series and what he did, he basically is responsible for the creation of Clayface. And I do know that a lot of us want to see Clayface in the game, so having these 2 appear together would be cool to see. We could even see the birth of Clayface happen all over again with Daggett starting it all. Number 5, I'm being honest guys, I couldn't really find any other villains to think of who might show up in Gotham Knights who would be surprising to see and have some clues out there for themselves already. I would have said someone like fucking Batmite or someone, but there's no clue out there for him, so Ah, fuck it, whatever. William Cobb, guys. William fucking Cobb. I changed my mind about Black Mask being the most likely person on this list to show up in Gotham Knights. It's this bitch now. Now, the Court of Owls are the main villains in the game along with their undead assassins that they call the Talons, but what about Talon? Talon the villain. That's his name. What about the villain that they call Talon, or the Talon? I don't give a fuck. Talon, aka William Cobb. The man who also happens to be Nightwing's great-grandfather. Now, this would be pretty sick to see in the game and all that. The main Talon himself, Talon, is in the game along with his other undead Talon assassins, potentially leading the charge under the Court of Owls against the Gotham Knights. William Cobb might be in the game, and I think he is the most likely villain to show up still out of the 5 guys I've listed off so far on this list, and he might not even be Talon, guys. WB Games Montreal might change it up a little bit and have William Cobb be this motherfucker for all we know. This guy looks pretty important and all that, and if you look at the side of their head, you can kind of see that they look elderly, almost great-grandfather type elderly, perhaps? I don't fucking know. I didn't want to include William Cobb here because I still think they have a pretty high chance of popping up, and this list is of people who I think might show up and is basically villains that we have hints for and all that, and they might end up being in the game, like the other 4 villains I said before this. And with everyone predicting that Nightwing is linked in with the Court of Owls, it's most likely because of this bitch, William Cobb. He might be in the game. I think he most likely will probably be in the game since he's tied in with Nightwing in the Court of Owls. So yeah, there's him. I could potentially talk about story predictions for Gotham Knights in a later video if you all would want that, and I could elaborate more on William Cobb, so just let me know if you guys want me to talk about a story prediction video in the future. Comment down below some surprising villains that you guys think might show up in the game. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want more Gotham Knights videos from me from now on. See you next time, you beautiful bitches.